Hey everyone, Ryan Pertilli here with Engel & Volkers, Brian Kurzweil here with Fairway Mortgage, and we've got some topics that we want to make you all aware of because, in my opinion, the spring market is here, Brian.
Yes.
I mean, it's February 7th today, but spring has come early. So one of the topics that we have is what to expect when, purchasing a house. And we're going to take this to, from the financial side and then from the real estate side. And first I want to start with, if somebody comes to you, Brian, and they know that they want to buy a house.
For sure.
What should they expect? And what's kind of the high level process that they can expect when they sit down with you?
Absolutely. So step number one is I want to work up the pre-approval, not necessarily pre-qualification. I'm going to ask for income documents up front so I can verify the income by the W-2s and the pay stubs. So step number one is work up the pre-approval, get the letters over to an amazing agent like Ryan himself, and then the home search starts. From the home search, let's fast forward, they find a home, we get a purchase agreement, and then we're going to get into the inspection period, which is typically, what do you say on average, 7 to 10 days?
Yeah, it's negotiable, but on average it's about 7 to 10 days.
Sure. And then from that point, during that process, I'm gathering the rest of the documents, the asset statements, the driver's license, the IDs, just the checklist of items. We're locking in the loan. And then from there, we're submitting it to underwriting, ordering the appraisal because chances are the inspection went great. And then we get the approval back. And then at that point, when the approval comes back, shortly after the appraisal comes back, I may have a couple items as long as the file is set up correctly, a couple simple remaining items for the borrower to work through. Simple conditions, let's say, and then we submit it for the final clear to close. I know that sounds extremely easy, but I wanted to keep it high level, and we can break that down if we want.
Yeah, I do want to ask though, because there are people out there, and you're seeing it everywhere too. I can get pre-approved through a couple clicks, through my computer.
Yes.
What's the difference basically between a qualification and just a pre-approval from and even taking it a step further when you actually are making that offer, and because the sellers are going to look at that as well, because that's a big piece of
a big
piece of that purchase.
Yeah, and that's a great question. I'm happy you brought that up. I personally never provided a pre-qualification letter. I don't believe in them. I don't want to do them. I think it's a disservice to our borrowers. Pre-qualification letter is just my client going online or over the phone and giving me their information. And then really I run with it, and I trust and I believe. And not thinking that they're going to lie or anything like that, but it's my job. I need to do my job and verify that income to be able to order a pre-approval letter. There's a pre-qualification and there's a pre-approval. I will only offer or provide a pre-approval letter.
Well, and just to jump in quickly, we also want to make sure what their buying power is. Like we don't want to overextend people, and to us, and I know we're on the same page with this, but whether you're pre-approved for, let's just say $500,000 and you only want to buy a $250,000 house, that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to make sure you're able to afford the house. This is why it's so important, and I think people miss this.
Yes.
They want to go look at houses first,
yes.
which is great.
Yes.
I like that too, to go find you a house. But even before you step foot in one, you need to talk to somebody like Brian, so then you know what your buying power is.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then once you make an offer on the property, Ryan's able to provide an actual pre-approval letter. And that letter states, this has been through underwriting to verify income. That is a huge selling tool. You have power. Because those other offers may be a pre-qualification letter and has no verbiage like that. So it's very important.
Yeah, and just to close out, as a real estate advisor here, when I represent sellers and I get offers that actually have that, and talking to the agent, that makes your offer stronger. So just because there's multiple offers on the property, don't sit there and think, oh my gosh, we're not going to get this house. You have no idea what the other people offer is, one, and what their financial situation is, two, or if they've even taken the proper steps to get pre-approved.
Absolutely.
So if you have other questions about getting pre-approved, reach out to Brian, and we'd love to help you.
Thank you.